with the ESEA MDL relegation bracket, upper bracket round number 2, the qualifying match for Mountain Dew League. I am fine. My Twitter is down at the bottom of your screen, and we should be getting into this fairly shortly. But first, we gotta talk about the two teams. What that clock hits 0, that's all I'm gonna be doing here until then. When that clock hits 0, I'll be right back in it. See you guys in a few. Later. Oh, wait, music. Doodle-doo. I'll be right back. Toodles. And so, as the countdown clicks to 0 and it suddenly disappears off of your screen, and as I turn down the music just a little bit, just a tad bit, we're going to be hopping right into Rise versus GSG9. We're on a little bit of, we have a little bit of delay when it comes to the match starting. I'm not sure if we have a server just yet. I would be surprised if we did. In fact, incredibly, we actually do. Typically, these early GoTV IPs don't necessarily work, so we'll go ahead and test it out. But we can go into dive a little bit into the matchup between here. This is the Mountain Dew League qualifying match for the both of these squads. This is an important match for both of these teams. A win here will secure them a spot in MDL North America Season 36, which starts next month. And, well, Rise and GSG9, they're both very viable contenders. Of course, there already has been a prior matchup between these two in the ESEA Advanced Playoffs. And, of course, Rise, I casted it. What can I say? Rise came out on top 2-1 with a dominant showing. Dominant showing on Overpass. Sorry, I was looking from top to bottom. Yeah, Overpass 16-6 on that deciding map was really what towed the line for Rise Esports Club and proved them a better team in this whole affair. But we actually have a starting map and a map pool to actually talk about here, because we've already gotten our veto in, and our first map will be Inferno. Rise will go ahead and select Train, and Mirage will be the decider. And GSG9, they sort of have an oddball map pool. It's typical. They have two very weak maps in Train, and I believe they ban out. Well, what do they normally ban out? What am I saying? They normally ban out Nuke, or yeah, they normally either ban out Nuke or Train. GSG9 they tend to get their weak map picked against them, and Train is not necessarily GSG9's playground, but it has been the home of a lot of success over here. Okay, alright, oh sweet old man. I'm just looking at chat right quick, as Train is definitely the playground for Rise Esports Club, but they lost to GSG9 on it in their prior matchup, but it seems like they know something that we don't, and they went ahead and picked it into this one. No fear this time around, but that doesn't really matter, because we're going to be hopping into Inferno as our first map of the day, as we go ahead and swap on over to the game itself, as it takes a few seconds for game capture to realize that we're in game. And there we go. Welcome to Inferno. As the Feedly fans are just turning up in droves right now in the chat. So we have a little bit of a matchup to play out. Inferno is where we're going to be heading out. And yeah, by the way, I do need to update my maps right quick. So I'll go ahead and do that. I haven't updated it in quite a bit of time, just because I've been sort of rushed when it comes down to that. But of course, we'll be playing Inferno. This is the pick of GSG9. And I mean, why not? Well, we're waiting. I can get set a couple things up that I should have set up before I went live. As I would actually say, this map pool favors GSG9 very heavily. It's going to need. I mean, Rise are probably going to need to take this to Mirage, if anything, if they're going to be able to win this series. That's my opinion, though. This is on these previous two maps, GSG9 have looked very solid on them across all of their previous matchups. And I'm just surprised from the map pick of Train from Rise. I mean, they just completely got rolled over on the last meeting, but it seems like Rise are keen to pick it again. Maybe they'll finally learn their lesson, or maybe we'll have something different showing up for us. As now, you can type in !maps in the chat, and it'll properly show up as needed. So we could do a little bit of things. Maybe I'll coast around just a little bit. I only have 6 camera angles on this map, and I just kind of gonna use them all up. Play my entire hand before the game even starts. Welcome to Inferno. Very nice map, a very punk map. But it allows the aim of these players to really shine, come into fruition, and you'll see Sherps just running rampant all on Banana, Deco, Robbie, just taking peeks down mid, because that's how it works here in North America. So, I mean, we'll see a lot of fun stuff for sure, as, oh god, we have, and now the XZ fans are going to counter the Feedly fans in just a few short moments, as here we go. Let's see here. I'm gonna go in and update our little, sorry for the frame rate drop, but you'll understand why in just a few seconds as I go ahead and as I'm just shuffling a few of my bits and pieces around while they're hidden from your prying eyes. So we should be getting into this fairly shortly. Most of the players have connected into the server. Let me go ahead and tap in just a little bit. I believe Marson has connected for the side of Rise. I believe we're waiting for one more. If I do process of elimination, we are missing... Hold on. I'm always so bad at this. Okay, we have Kratomo, Feedly, Damorin, Aiden, Marson as the coach, and we're missing one player from Rise. Fill in the gaps. Consti is where we're missing. Coolest person. Oh my. Whoo. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. As I need to keep adjusting my OBS. We should have a proper little thing going on here. As here, there we go. Expand a little bit here, and bang, 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 and bang. We're good. We're good to go. And so we can talk a little bit about the matchup here. Again, it's an interesting map veto coming in from Rise Esports Club. They decided to pick Train, a map that they lost. I don't know, English is hard even for English speakers, but they lost it 16-6 in the previous encounter between these two squads. So it's interesting that they go ahead and pick it right back. And again, will they get their lesson? Will they learn their lesson yet? We'll have to find out. But this time we have a different decider being played. Of course, we'll be playing out on Mirage, different than the overpass that went down from GSG9. And I feel like even in that previous matchup, GSG9 were feeling hot with their overpass pick, as we might constantly finally hopping in. Might have something to talk about in just a few seconds. So I'll go ahead and... Oh, we still got... Yeah, and here we go. Time for me to turn down the music and turn up the sound in-game, because we have a match on our hands. It's going to be GSG9 slaying, because this is their map pick, and they're going to go ahead and give over the side selection to Rise, and it seems like CT side might just be the answer for them. We'll have to find out in just a second, unless they have something up their sleeve. Doesn't seem like anything should change, though. As there we go. Rise will maintain their CT side. Will stay posted as expected. There we go. No technical issues just yet. Don't worry. They'll be here. As GSG9 will be starting off on their T side. We have XZ and Robbie with a couple bits and pieces of utility armor on the rest of the players. And Kratomo will be on kit duty, and Feedly with a little bit of show off with the dual Berettas. Consti is going to be flying through the apartments. I'm going to spawn a couple of players. You might have spawned the bomb in the process, as well as, oh my gosh, dead chicken and a dead, oh dear, and a couple dead GSG9 players just to kick it off. Feedly and Consti combining for the first two frags of the match. And the dualies ring out in the apartments. ahead and drop a molly. You still have Belty utility, but that's one Molotov expended. Wonder if they had a plan. Well, at least if they did, it was certainly foiled. And there goes Feedly again with the dualies. 3K on the round, and no full auto in buildings. And Feedly, that was just a semi-auto, just rapid firing, tapping away, and he gets 3 frags at the end of the day. First round on the board for Rise. And an excellent start. And GSG9, are they going to consider the force buy? Just going to be Deagle's no armor. It'll handicap their buy into the third round of play. But if anything, they definitely proved themselves to be a strong Deagle team. And Robbie's going to deal a little bit of tag to Kotomo. Oh my gosh, the nade stack just sends them sky high. Another double to kick off the second round of play. Juicy nades. Of course, it is only the anti-eco. Maybe it's not. There's maybe not reason to get all excited about it. It's only a second round of play. Full eco. Nothing really to fight back with for GSG9, but it's always kind of cute to see that. GSG9, I mean, it's just the Deagles. They're just going to try and patrol around certain areas of the map. Try and find a pick, a lucky one at that, as J-Dubs and company are walking up Banana, and Feedly caught with nades in hand. He's going to go ahead and scamper away, but XN might not have the same fate. He's looking to keep re-aggressing, too. He's bringing his teammates with him as well, and this is just going to be a little bit of a meat grinder as Gonsi with the FAMAS, and Perdomo should be finishing this one off. Gonsi's going to go ahead and try to burst him down with the Glock. Won't work out. Perdomo will finish off with 3. And there you go. Rise just tallying the first 2 rounds on the board. But that doesn't mean much in the face of real pieces of weaponry. GSG9 with utility and AKs out. Not everything they would necessarily want. They did take a little bit of a Deagle buy in the previous to try and allow them some chance into that one. Didn't really work out in the end of the day. Well, as you just saw previously, carpet bombing Banana they send Perdomo down to the bottom of it. But again, there's always a downside to that Banana control. They always expend most of their utility to get down there. So one flashbang could break this all up. Perdomo will hear the bomb drop at T-ramp. That is information. J-Dubs and Sherps going to move up in tandem, and they're going to be running into Perdomo, and it's going to be 2 for 2. And that's going to send Demorin running all the way towards Banana, trying to aid this bomb site. And Robbie actually has full space, full control of the bomb site. The B side of the map has been exposed, but he's not going to push on the back of it. Instead, Deco and XN. Well, actually, Robbie picks up a couple bits and pieces of utility. Not all bad. But that's not where the real push is going to be. XN. I'm not sure why Auto Director ever pans over to this side of the map, but XN and Deco are both in the apartments. Just a slow creep. You can see this double setup here at Porch. They hear the utility being thrown towards Arch side, and this crossfire might just work out. Well, what happened for Consti there? What? I'm actually confused. Why did he stop firing? Was that lag? Open IP games just mean you can cast them whenever you want. Demorin puts into a 1 versus 1, and Deco just presents his back to him. Easiest 1 versus 1 of Demorin's life. And 3-0 up on the board. Just answering the question in chat, do I need permission of some sort to cast this? No. And, well, again, I mean, I always call it the first rule of playing the 1 versus X situation. Never respect the smoke, and Demorin plays that to perfection. Just walks right through, finds Robbie's back turned, and a free frag for himself. As 3-0 on the cards. And, well, the bomb plant will allow another buy into it. This time, I'd actually consider it a better buy. No Galil this time. All AKs out for GSG9. It looks like it's going to be the same strat, same approach. Down Banana they might go. Not this time around, though. Perhaps just feigning that, just a ruse. It's actually going to be mid-brackets control on the cards for GSG9. They're going to be making their way through the choke points. And actually, well, they've given it up. But look at the mini-map. 4 men here on the A bomb site to hold them down, as well as the op on Domerin. Could do a hefty amount of work stopping this play, and he's looking like he's going to try and take initiative. Same with Consti. Look at this mid-bracket retake setup, and Sherps will just present his back. Easy headshot for Consti. And now they're going to have to start scrambling toward the B side of the map because all the information is there for Rise. And now Domerin with AWP, that most impactful weapon, will be shifting its way over towards the B side of the map. And, well, GSG9, they're sort of caught in limbo here. They have to keep repositioning back and forth, back and forth. Rise go for the mid-brackets retake. And this crossfire setup has been established. This is going to be a blender for GSG9. Consti with another headshot, but XM will clean up Aiden through the smoke. Arch side is completely exposed for the side of Rise. But the question is, will GSG9 elect to go through CT spawn? They do have Feedly holding that down, but it looks like they're going to be hitting the A bomb site. Crotomo from the back of the bomb site is fighting back. He's pinted into a corner, and he's going to actually go down. And, well, actually, J-Dubs and Deco are able to find 2 frags of their own, and the bomb should be able to be set down, but J-Dubs overextends his head visible, and Feedly looking to clean up the final 2 frags of the round, and that he will do. Solid readjustment onto Deco, and he just wins the round all in his lonesome. And if he goes down there, Deco has a 1 versus 1 to play out, but there you go. Rise notching themselves to 4th, and momentum firmly in their hands. Still, only 2 players remaining at the end of the day. Money won't necessarily be booming for Rise, but it's a great start, kicking it off 4-0. Again, more bomb plants for GSG9, though, will keep allowing for these, for the most part, full buys to roll in constantly. And Rise will have to deal with it. It's still a threat from GSG9. No round is free for Rise. Now let's see if GSG9 can make them pay for it. Crotomo just going to be dumping just standard banana utility downrange, keeping the T's somewhat at bay. This Consti, just full mid-brackets control established by Rise. Good information gained. There's still XN on the lurk. You'll see him wandering through the apartments. It's not necessarily his property. Tap through the smoke on Banana, and Robbie will actually take a dink through it. Crotomo takes some damage himself, but damage exchange going the way of Rise. With a minute left on the clock. Still plenty of utility, at least 4 smokes for an execute for GSG9, but no flashbangs, and the op of Demorin becomes so much more lethal as XN is. We don't see it on your screen, but on the minimap, XN dueling out towards the apartments, and Feedly, he's going to sit behind these smokes. That's the only flashbang expended, but he's just going to get run over. Now it's going to be Crotomo. He has the multi-frag. He has to get more than 1, and that he will do. He'll get 2 before he goes down. Deca will be able to set down the bomb, and Robbie's going to be walking into the crosshairs of Consti. The rotate was fast, and it was in good effect. Aiden's going to be the last man to leave this A bomb site. And GSG9 playing around these smokes, waiting for it to fade. He hears all of these footsteps, does Deco. Utility going to be tossed in, and oh, he's going to push through the smoke. Domerin misses the shot, and Deco will get punished. Now just leaving XN in a 1-on-3 smoked out. He has his crosshair trained on the bomb. Whenever it gets tapped, he's going to start spraying, and that it's just a fake defuse, and the tracers will give him away through the smoke, and the defuse should be in. That will be in charge of Consti, sorry. What am I saying? That'll be in charge. Aiden will be in charge of that, and it's going to be 5 rounds on the board. Five rounds in a row from start to finish. It's been Rise. But again, more bomb plans for GSG9, and the buys are just incessant. But again, the buys, the money, the weaponry doesn't mean anything unless you can win a round, and XN looking to turn that one on its head. Making his way into the apartments, Crotomo and company towards top banana, and a boost going up. I believe that is for Feedly. That's full banana control established, and it looks like everyone's going into the apartments. It's a house party. And XN's going to wait for this smoke to fade. No one's behind it. So he'll be granted control of long haul. And this apps pop might be a reality. Kurtomo's going to be running in, but it's going to be XN to be flying out of the apartments. Aiden and Pit instantly gets popped, instantly gets dropped. Robbie is going to find Consti in mid-brackets. And there's still one man on the bomb site. That's Demorn. He's revealed his position. He's fired off one shot. Is he good for a second? He is. Is he good for any more? Unable to readjust and get his triple kill, and just leaving Feedly in a 1-on-3. He'll go ahead and take a look in, and he's already gotten one. But Deco already there with it done. And there you go. First round notched on the board for GSG9. All fine and dandy. But again, even with the round win, funny as it is, look at XN. He's down to a Galil. Deco has picked up the AWP of Damarin, and even though they have won 5 rounds in a row, they haven't necessarily been clean from Rise, so they're going to be pushed down to a full eco. And if statistics don't lie, on paper, this should be a second round for GSG9. One man towards a bomb site, and we can just go ahead and look at this wonderful piece of architecture that has been assembled by Rise Esports Club. And they might be tested. The foundations very strong. As Deco's there with an op, but it's only a one shot. Well, you can only fire one bullet at a time with the AWP, so if he walks into 4 people, he is probably dead, and I'm going to be amazed if he survives this exchange, and actually he will. That is hilarious. He spots more people being boosted up. He misses a couple shots. He has a chance to line them up, but J-Dub should be able. He is the insurance policy. And Dahmer, the last man on this A bomb site, with just a P250 in hand. And this one should be done and dusted. GSG9 net themselves a second round on the board, but tapping at long range, Dahmer will go down. And there you go, 2 on the board for GSG9. As I said earlier, very prophetic, aren't I? As we're right back into the match, AK's out for GSG9. Ops still on Deco and everything they need. And, well, same goes for Rise. They went for the full eco last round. They still had some money in the bank accounts, I should have mentioned, in the prior. So this will allow them to have all the bells and whistles they need as J-Dubs face off between him and Aiden in the pre-aim. The crosshair placement, excellent, and the... Oh dear, and the app setup is just flawless, and there you go, a bomb site just completely wide open. App setup completely dismantled, brackets control relinquished, and that's just going to be a save within about 30 seconds of the round starting. Rise going to be cowering here on towards the B bomb site, and this one is done and dusted. A third round on the board for GSG9. Blink and you miss it. As J-Dubs. And, oh god, J-Dubs just completely runs over Katomo. Nice AWP you have there. J-Dubs has an AK in hand, and he's taking heads. Taking names. Feedly is going to go ahead and drop him. Still more to be found here. Not to be. No guns retained. And now Rise are in an even worse spot. It's going to likely be a full eco. Feedly can't afford himself pistol armor if he wants to. Or he can save. He's probably going to save and drop over an AWP in the next. As round number 9 in play, and GSG9 looking to battle back with 4 in a row. And it seems very, very likely considering the weaponry of Rise Esports Club. Not much to fight back with, admittedly. Feedly with 1 flashbang, and it's going to have to be the holy flashbang. Even rivaling that of what Monty Python has to offer. It's a little bit of a crossfire setup here. It's going to be dismantled by the Molotov. They're going to start cooking. These CTs are pretty well done, and the jiggle peek from Robbie will expose Dahmerin. And I mean, it was a nice try. How about I'll just say that, as this one should be over. Say goodbye, Consti. Nice Zeus you have. XN will go ahead and get his little lightning gun. As Feedly's flashbang doesn't amount to anything, J-Dubs will clean up the last 2. Couple of nice eco frags here and there. And 4 in a row to answer the 5 from Rise. no days off. We're still playing. Round number 10, 2/3 of the way through the first half. And a third of the way through the second. Or, not through the second, but through the first map. As, don't do math on stream, Domerin is looking to calculate some frags here on Banana, but that's not going to materialize whatsoever. He'll take damage instead. Sherps will cop a nade in the process. And ops being shifted over between Robbie and Deco. And it looks like it's just going to be the straight-up B hit off the bat. Potentially. Bomb will be dropped on over to Robbie. Just trying to show a little bit of mid-presence. Just make sure their flank is clear. And they can't... And make it so the CTs just can't gamble everyone over. That's mulling around towards top Banana. Seems like this is going to be the execute in for GSG9. CT smoke being lined up from Sherps. You have the coffin smoke from Robbie. Flashbangs will be tossed in very, very shortly, combined with a solid set of Molotovs and grenades, and onto the bomb site we go. XN, and okay, team kill from Sherps. The Kurtomo will go down, and it's a 3-on-3 pokes plant. And solid positions being established by GSG9. Only one man here, and the rotate is so far away from Rise. This is going to shave a lot of time off the clock. Only one kit on Aiden. If he goes down in a place where he can't be traded, this could spell the end of the round. Boost up from Robbie. Now he's going to go and shift back. Molotov might force him out of position. That's actually going to be XN falling. Robbie on top of Oranges, and a great readjustment from Aiden, just leaving Deco in a 1-on-3 to hold off the bomb defusal, sitting inside of the smoke, and oh, wait, Deco actually oh my days, Deco, he took down the bomb kit, he took down the kit, but there will just barely be enough time. Aiden had the kit, he went down, and Domerin had to pick the kit right back up to slow down, or to not slow it down, but speed up the defuse, and it wins the round at the end of the day. Domerin, with some quick thinking, wins the round for Rise. We'll tally another onto the board. Is getting right back into it. It's still, money is still in a very odd spot for Rise. Double op setup, but 2 MP9s right behind it, and they're going to send these MP9s flying down Banana. Once Kurtomo doesn't see anything, he's going to go ahead and relinquish that. He's going to go in and fall back. Not trying to overextend, not trying to give an opener to GSG9, as I only speedily pressed mouse 1. That could have been a frag on a Deco. I'd say probably about half a second remaining on that bomb expired. As Feedly will fire off. He's the only man here on Banana. And Rise Eastwards Club, they're very fond of giving up mid-brackets control. And they're playing very, very passive with A-bombs. Like, there is still 4 members here, and XN gaining himself a lot of information from the apartments. Sort of a gap in the defense. Of course, there is Consti up here on balcony to keep him suppressed. But again, full mid brackets control. This could allow for a flawless, seamless execute onto the A-bomb site whenever they want to pull the trigger. Aiden, that is a catastrophic misplay. XN, oh my god, how does Consti not get him? Sherps is going to get Kurtomo on the bomb site, and, well, these ops are not going to be saved. Deco's going to deny Denmorin, and Feedly just going to run to the hills again, and I don't know, oh my, how did that even happen? And Feedly getting tapped down at long range, and I think just as the execute was coming in, Consti drops away from, oh my, and, well, Deco with the AWP will just topple Feedly, but Consti falls off the balcony just as the execute comes in, and XN walks out balcony for free, just falling AK spray, and gets the double entry into the bomb site. There were 4 men there, but there was no reply whatsoever from Rise during the execute. And that was an easy round for GSG9. And Rise again on another eco. As it's just going to be the mid-rush. Well, 1 kill, 2 kills. Not even all that bad. Just throwing bodies at the problem. As this bomb should be making its way over towards the B bomb site very shortly. Of course, all the information being gained. Unless Sherps wants to stay around in middle, then, I mean, I'm sure Rise would welcome that. They're going to go and finally make their way over to B. J-Dubs are just going to walk in. Sherps with the bomb in tow. We'll go ahead and set that one down. and easy as you like it. This one should be a 6 on the board for GSG9. XN fighting out with the pistols. He's actually taking a significant amount of damage. Okay, well, scrap that. XN will go ahead and clobber Dahmer at long range, and 6-6 now. And we got a match on our hands. Even scoreline. It was 5-0 for Rise, but GSG9 have found the momentum right back into it, and it seems like Rise might consider calling in a tactical timeout themselves. Again, ironing out their finances and putting together a proper game plan. Again, they relinquished a lot of control in that previous buy round. They gave up mid-brackets for complete free. GSG9 had an execute at the ready, and it worked out in spades. Again, a couple of mistakes committed as well by Rise allowed that previous gun round to work out for GSG9, but see what the adjustments are to slow down the offense. Going right back into it, round number 13, nearing the end of the half. Still even as you like it. Deco's going to be dropping some bits and pieces of the utility towards Banana. He's going to see that no one's peeking towards middle, and this could be a mid rush, and it seems like that's going to be the case. The bomb is going to be going first. XN and Company just flying up lane, and Dahmer has to reposition. The bomb has been dropped on the 8 bombs. The counter utility is effective from the CTs. There's only 3 men here, and they need to get some space up lane. But Consi playing this off angle from Graveyard. Robbie in apartments. Sherp's still on the bomb site. They need to clear this out, and Consi will get it clobbered by J-Dubs. And in the pit, 3 frags, just sequential, orchestrated, all in a symphony of frags. And GSG9, they somehow clawed this round back into their favor. Kurtomo is going to save again. Welcome to Inferno. Rise. Again, I just don't understand. I mean, GSG9, they turned up the pace. There was only 2 men on the A bomb site when it happened, but the rotate was in. It's just Consti, and I believe that was Fiedley up in Graveyard. You can see his, yeah, Fiedley's AWP up in Graveyard. We're unable to find any frags. Mini Pit player was unable to find any impact. Smoked out flashes. The utility was great despite getting the opening frag from Rise. GSG9 prevail. And they take the lead for the first time in Inferno. As it looks like it's going to be somewhat of a half buy coming in from Rise. Around the 3,500 mark. Again, loss bonus has reached its peak. And Kurtomo will just hold on to his M4 for now. Can buy his teammates an AWP if he holds on to his weapons in this one. It's going to be procedural control as Robbie just spots Consti doing some acrobatics across mid. Consti over here, though. And look who's pushed up all the way forward. Kurtomo. This could be a very risky play. And there you go, Kurtomo. J-Dubs with a trade, though. Aiden with a hell of a deagle shot. J-Dubs again. Double kill on the round. Domerin firing up with the deagle. They might consider chasing him down. Utility should be good. J-Dubs will get traded out by Sherps. And this is a very costly round considering the circumstances. J-Dubs on 50 HP, but it's only... Well, Aiden's still on the bomb site. Sherps with a nice headshot. Did I say... I don't know. I think I misspoke there. But anyways, Fiedley with a P250, and that's just... I mean, out in the middle of the open, no man's land, just gets sniped. 8-6. And we're still right in it. Final round of the half, and this is what Rise have been saving for, but apart from those early 5 rounds, I haven't really been able to make much ever since. Nades down, Banana will deal just minimal damage. And this should just be banned and relinquished by Rise. J-Dubs will get boosted up behind the Molotov, and Kurtomo looking like he's a little bit antsy. And actually, what a nade, and what a Molotov. He almost burns 2 players alive with that. More utility being thrown in. They will escape. Actually, oh my gosh, Sherps makes his teammate. Sherps Brother man, you just knifed his teammate. I'm not sure. Okay. Traitorship going on the banana, and Dahmer in with the shot on the XN, saving his life. A second one on a Robbie. And it looks like Rise will be keeping this even as you like it. Deco will trade back. Constantly will burn him in the process, though. And it's just leaving Sherps, the traitor, the man who stabbed his teammate. I mean, they've almost reached max money. I just have to notice that from GSG9. Sherps on $14,900. But you can't buy this round. 1 on 4. Dahmer on 5 HP. Are they looking at this, though? Aiden should be aware. That is a disgusting off angle. And I think it's going to reward him once Sherps takes a step forward. Headshot for him. And 7 on the board for Rise. There you go, expired. Wrong game for an imposter, Sherps. Stabbing J-Dubs. And if we just do a little bit of a stat check, we can't because we're in a little bit of a break. Depending on how long this is, I might want to get myself some food. We'll have to wait for the end of the match to get some nutritional calories, try and hit that daily goal of 2K. So, I mean, while we're in a break, how are y'all doing in chat? Just vibing at the moment, so nothing all bad here. Finals rolling up on me. But I had to stop by to bring a little bit of a broadcast to this. And so we're just chilling midway through the half, and again, GSG9, they make the stabilization, they make the adjustments, and they were able to snag themselves a winning half out of a 5-0 scenario. What was that? That was 7 rounds in a row from GSG9. If I go ahead and look at HLTV, I think that was just the case. 7 rounds. Oh, the HLTV is behind what I'm looking at. Unfortunately, a couple other streams that are going down at the moment. Vareo Pro versus Kinship going down 5-4 on Nuke. And if we go ahead and check out our other game, GGPR versus SKDC, the other qualifying match, GGPR up 7-3. But right now it's 8-7, first half of the first map. And GSG9 off to a, well, it's 8-7, but they have the momentum in their hands, surely, as well as make it to the CT side, somewhat seen as the favored side. Much simpler approach than what you need on the T side. And looks like it's going to be 3 men making their way towards apartments. Robbie playing at the long haul, and it could get dangerous the later the round goes. Robbie seems like he will get tested, and he's going to get forced back. He's going to drop a smoke in response. Deco's going to be able to find one from mid-bracket, and Robbie with 2. How did he break 2 from that? But that's a kit down on balcony. That kit will not be put to good use. 2 on 4, though, as Deco does not get traded. And they're all going to be filtering in through the arch. As this might just be a full moto retake into the bombs like J-Dubs go. Exit just obliterates Dahmer in pit. And J-Dubs, crispy shots from GSG9, and they'll go ahead and take this round easily. 9-7, 4 alive at the end of the day. And off to a solid start in their CT campaign. They're going to go ahead and bring in the M4s. Bring in as many rifles as you can, of course, because look at the buy from Rise. Galil's out in full force. Tech 9s Tech 9 Deagle and 3 Galils. Trying to be as dangerous as possible. Just Jiggle peeking the angle Deco. Looking for any frags that might present itself to him. None there. And they're playing a very passive setup. They don't... I mean, they kind of want Rise to burn all their utility, trying to take all this map control. And then it should just be a field day with the weaponry advantage. You would assume. Maybe Rise can prove me wrong. A little bit of a scoreboard check while going into it. Deco put up a hell of a T side. While the rest of his teammates lagging behind. That is a crucial bit of missed utility. Missed arch smoke. That's going to have to be their only smoke to burn. And now walking into this bomb site. Well, Deco is actually going to get spammed through smoke. But again, no utility. This should just be a firing squad on the A bomb site. 3 flashbangs and 2 Molotovs for an execute. No smokes. There will be no hiding from GSG9. Oh, and they're going to go back towards B. Honestly, they don't even have a smoke. They don't have a CT cross smoke as Robbie will go ahead and pick off the tail end of the rotate. Sherps is going to drop in a Molotov. J-Dub's here in tow. And I'm lining up a little bit of a pop flash. And once those flashes get thrown, that's going to be a flash thrown by J-Dubs. He's going to get the first. Sherps is going to run out of ammo. He's going to be trapped at Oranges. He's going to swing out, go down to Feedly in the meantime. And he's going to whip out the USP and take down Crotomo. Again, not mid-cross, but CT cross smoke will spell the end of them. 10-7. And the fourth spy doesn't even land themselves a bomb plant. Fairly clean round from GSG9, all things considered. And looking to get themselves off to a good start. Rise have to go for the full eco if they want to get a full buy into the next. And this is where the MP9 of XN can make his money. His name's Devin. I don't really know him like that, but I do know him like that. You feel me? But anyways, Deco, just free frags. Yeah, long range with the M4. Sherps is going to find one with the Galil. And I mean, 2 on 5. Here comes the MP9. And that went just as we expected. 11-7. First 3 rounds notched on the board for GSG9. And if we continue CT sign trends from this map, we should see 13 on the board from GSG9. If they want to put 5 in a row like Rise Esports Club did. But nothing, not going to write anyone off here. It's still the first buy round. And full AK's out for Rise. This is the real test of the CT defense. And Nate just being dropped towards Banana. Crotomo has been isolated at logs if they choose to Molotov him. And dueling out. Actually, he throws a smoke to try and allow his escape. They're going to go ahead and back off before they get caught out. Ponzi tapping through smoke. Oh my gosh, he almost found Deco there. Robbie drops from porch. And his Molotov will force away the T's for now. And that's that side of the map. They're going to be forced over towards this B bomb site. Banana smoke in. Warding them off temporarily, but once that fades, this B bomb site is food. J-Dubs is going to be making his way back towards coffins. No rotates here. He's going to be tossing in line up Banana smoke as well as they're going to be tossing in the utility. They're going to be Rise are going to have to run through smoke. Sherps is out in the middle of the open, fully blind with a Molotov. He's burning, and J-Dubs will fall. Sherps' Molotov grabs 1 before he goes down, but it's going to be a 3-on-3 post plant. Similar to what GSG9 were able to notch themselves during their T-side campaign. But GSG9, they're making their way up Banana. XN will be able to trade out Demorin. And both of these T's playing from dark. Deco's about to clear out both oranges. And now XN should be aware of their whereabouts. Conti his shoulder gets spotted. Conti is going to consider swinging out. Deco's going to find one. And, well, XN with the Galil just barely makes it work. And it's going to be 12 on the board, but a one-man surviving is not good news for the CT economy. They'll limp away with a round win. But maybe that's all that matters at this rate. Leading by 5, it's only 4 away from taking Inferno. and at least guaranteeing us a decider. As Rise now, they got to start making something work now. Here's the AKs out. Again, the bomb plant allowing that. And nades down Banana might be catastrophic for Rise. And Sherp is actually, well, fully blinded up, but Kurtomo just the same. And eventually that duel will ensue with much delay. And Kurtomo will go down and a dry peek into an op. Deco, another frag. 2 openers for GSG9. And this is starting to be a very unlikely round. Just right out of the gates for Rise. They're going to go ahead and just hit the last resort button. They're going to hit the B bomb site. They're going to send Consi to get the bomb. And Feedly and company, they're going to start pushing forward. Sherps is going to boost up his teammate. But, oh, the timing might just be so bad for this. J-Dubs boosted up on top of second orange. And Sherps playing out here. Oh, Feedly pulls out a nade. Lucky to get as much damage as they did J-Dubs from top orange. He's going to try and drop a flashbang to buy him some space. He'll get Feedly in the meantime. And now Consi, the last man here. J-Dubs has been isolated, though. And Consi... Oh my God. That is a heartbreaker of a spray, and Consi will just get wrecked through a smoke, completely bodied. That was a painful spray to watch. And it's starting to get even more painful for Rise. They have yet to post a round on their T side. And 5 in a row for GSG9, giving Rise some of their own treatment. Let's see if Rise can make do with what they have at hand. Double op setup out in play. Deco taking a little bit of a peek towards down middle. He's actually going for alt mid. He will scamper away before the T's close in on him. And a little bit of a lined up nade. Doesn't hit anyone though. Just all for show. No real results behind that, but that nade sure does. Oh dear, that's over 100. Nearly 150 damage for J-Dubs with that. And those are some soft targets. Just little stuffed animals over there in apartments now. J-Dubs might have a chance to go and just tear them apart. And here we go. Oh my God, J-Dubs is actually going to get run over, and the Tech 9 somehow make do. Deco will find the bomb into Domarin, but you see Consi over here. Oh my days, the Tech 9s might actually do this. Deco. And Consi very close. Deco will just swing out and finish the job. And actually crossing it onto the bomb site, the lack of utility is going to be the end of Rise here, it seems, unless Kurtomo can pull off the impossible. He's going to make his way into Graveyard. This might not be expected from the CTs. They might, if they push up, Kurtomo could actually realistically win this. But for right now, they're just going to hold their ground. And Sherp seems like he's aware. Oh, what a scumbag maneuver. Sherp completely reads into it. And Kurtomo goes down 14-7. And, well, Rise looks like they could have done something. The Tech 9, they got the entries into the bomb site, but GSG9 able to play out the 2 versus 3. Deco playing too good for the Pistols. 14-7 is what we'll be rocking for now. As full buy-in from Rise. It's their last lap if they want to have a chance to get back into this game. And it's just been a clinic put on by GSG9. They've had very successful campaigns on Inferno all ESEA advanced season. And you can see why they pick it here. It's just a little bit more of a default setup from Rise. Very slow rounds. Probing for information. GSG9 are confident in their B bomb site defense. So again, the op of Robbie holding the pixel gap. We'll have to see if anyone walks into one of these AWPs. Out mid-bracket, they have a lot of control due to the T's. And Deco's going to go ahead and reposition towards Arch side. And this might be the point of contention. Aiden getting closer and closer. In fact, this banana control will be given up. And it looks like it's just going to be the A hit. At least the Arch side hit. Their choice if they want to split this bomb site or not. And the smoke going in, allowing them to lurk forward. And Deco's going to make his way into library to try and ward them off from CT. And this leaves This is very interesting. Actually, if they just walk through the smoke, XN could go down. They're going to go for the B split instead, and that's the bomb going down. Sherps and Robbie combined for 2. Deco does go down in the meantime. But this B bomb site defense still stays very potent. There's still 2 men entrenched here, and 15 seconds left on the clock, but Robbie gets his stocks knocked off, and Aiden cracks open the bomb site and saves Rise and wards GSG9 off of match point. J-Dubs and XN, the remaining 2 players for GSG9. And it seems like we might have a few more rounds left here on Inferno. XN left in a 1-on-3. He'll grab himself an AK-47 and run to the hills. And that's going to be that. Rise, they notched their first T round, and maybe the start of something. A way to get back into the game. We'll just have to find out. Again, and money for GSU9 is actually tanked. XN can drop over his teammate somewhat of a FAMAS. Something of that sort. MP9 even, but it's... Will they go for the force buy? I doubt it. Sherp's just buying himself a Deagle, no armor. XM will drop over his teammate a Deagle. And this one just should be the full eco. Robbie on $1,600. Not enough to bring in anything whatsoever. We're going into a little bit of a pause. Not sure if it's tactical, technical, or whatever it might be. Likely being a tactical timeout, I would expect. Of course, GSU9, they could call one in just to try and get everything into order. Planning out their defense. Or maybe it's like the Rise. This might just be a technical pause, it seems. Not necessarily sure. We should be back in a few moments, though. I don't see anyone's ping necessarily going absolutely crazy. Feedly at 60 ping. Not necessarily the type of thing you want to be playing an official on, but I mean, it is playable nonetheless. Hold on, I actually want to see Robbie. What pins does he have? Oh, okay, he just doesn't have one displayed. I'm like... I was wondering there for a second, as the pause will wear off, and GSG9 approaching the end of Inferno, but that just might be delayed somewhat, as Rise will just be facing off against the AK-47 of XN, if we want to talk about notable pieces of weaponry here. Going to be flashing themselves into Banana and taking, well, just full Banana control. I mean, they have it all given to themselves, but XN is going to be making his way down the apartment stairs, and Consti with his knife out, actually a nade out, and XN is going to hear that pin pulled. And Consti, he's going to hear him running away. And oh my gosh, XN has caught the timing of timing. He's going to follow Consti through Mexi. No way he doesn't. And actually, he's sent Deco over as well. And look at this B bomb site stack. This could be very, very dangerous to Rise. Feedly is lining up utility. Domerin will crack open the A, or not the bomb site, but the B bomb site. For now, as utility is going to be dumped in towards this, and XN, he might get his back spotted. Not to be, and look at the back line! XN almost turns around on his head, but J-Dubs is able to trade, and now leaving into a 1-on-1. He somehow got a 3K on the bomb site hold with just a Deagle, bomb at his feet. And now it's between him and Aiden. Aiden hasn't revealed his position yet, so J-Dubs could be somewhat compromised. Aiden is going to be clearing out every single one of these angles so procedurally, and the pre-aim is too good. J-Dubs falls,